Hello, fellowship. My name is Jamie. After losing my mom suddenly and unexpectedly, I found myself in a season of grief that I wasn't prepared for. I knew I needed to cling to God, but I didn't know where to begin. This is part of my story and how God met me through Stephen Ministry. From walking through past life hurdles, I knew that clinging to Him was the only way forward, even when I didn't understand the path ahead. With the help of my husband and a close friend, I was connected to Stephen Ministry through our church. Just 2 days after my mom passed, my Stephen minister met with me and began gently walking beside me in this new and unfamiliar journey of grief. Stephen Ministry provided me with a safe, compassionate space to grieve. Through consistent prayer and listening, I was supported during one of the most painful seasons of my life. My Stephen minister led with compassion, patience, faith, creating a space where I could grieve honestly while continually pointing back to God's promises. Having someone to walk alongside me without judgment helped me process my loss, find comfort, and begin healing one step at a time. I often return to 1 Peter 1:6-10, a passage that speaks deeply to me. It reminds me that even though we face trials and sorrow in life, God is faithful to use our grief and our circumstances for good. We don't always know why, but we know He is there for us. Through Stephen Ministry, I experienced God's care in a very personal and tangible way during one of the hardest seasons of my life. It reminds me that even though we face trials and sorrows in life, God is faithful to use our grief and our circumstances for good. We don't always know why, but we know He is there for us. Through Stephen Ministry, I experienced God's care in a very personal and tangible way during one of the hardest seasons of my life. A brief backstory: just 2 years prior to losing my mom, my husband and I began searching for a church home. Both growing up in different denominations, now with 3 kids of our own, we wanted a place where we truly felt loved and welcomed. After being invited to fellowship by close friends, we decided to give it a visit. I remember how tickled my mom was that we had finally found our church home, and were learning how to live for Him and raise her only grandbabies in His Word. She was so proud. Although in a split second, I was faced with a new journey of grief and learning how to live without my mom, I am forever thankful for fellowship and the many pathways we have connected with. Stephen Ministry is just one of the many reasons I am grateful that God led us here. Without fellowship, Stephen Ministry, and my Stephen minister, I would not be where I am today. My family would have not made it this far on this journey of grief. Even every day is still a journey, but I am slowly learning what this new normal looks like. And I know that my mom is smiling quite largely from her eternal home, thankful that we have fellowship and Stephen Ministry to help us through. Lastly, I would like to quickly thank Pastor George. In the midst of a beautiful Sunday that suddenly turned tragic, it meant so much to walk out of the ER hallway, back into the German family room, and see him there, waiting to pray and just simply be with us. Knowing he took time away from his family's Sunday to come pray with us, no matter the outcome, meant the world to me. I am forever thankful for fellowship, Stephen Ministry, and Pastor George. We serve a mighty God, and I am grateful to be a part of a church body that so faithfully shares His love. I know I will see my mom again one day, and until then, I will continue striving to be the light and live for Him.